Do you manage? How do you manage being a full-time mom, right? Full-time mom, full-time job, and a full-time business owner. How do you manage that? I can show you some tips that help me make my life just a little bit easier. I've got five tips to help you successfully manage your schedule. Okay, first of all, when you have a busy day or a busy schedule like me, I'm a single mom. My son is an all-star player in dual sports, football and basketball, right? He's also a master pianist, right? I'm also a full-time worker, right? And I also run a small business. So my schedule is always stacked. So the first thing I do when I'm approaching a day that is extremely busy is I pray to stay on top of my priorities throughout that day. I'm in a situation where I can't lose, right? Everything has to work accordingly. Everything has to be together. The only thing I can do outside of me doing my half is to pray that God allows me to keep my priorities in order throughout the day. That's my first tip. My second tip is a couple of years ago, I invested in this wallet. The only reason why I invested in this wallet is because it has a calendar, right? A calendar, which allows me to, when I'm going through things throughout my day and other things are coming for the week to come, to write things down and to see what I have coming, right? So I open up my calendar and I look and I see, oh, Thursday. Okay, so on Thursday, my son has football, but actually he has basketball at 4:30. So I need to make some adjustments to things so we can make sure that everybody's getting things done and that everything is being taken care of. So the second thing is write your schedule down. I've actually recently transitioned to putting everything in my Google Calendar, which syncs with my phone. That's better for me because I can have alerts. So I will actually be downgrading and getting rid of this big wallet to something smaller because it's easier for me to put it in my phone. But initially when I started with my plan, it was always to write things down. That's my second one. My third one is always check your schedule before incorporating new activities. I know sometimes we're making appointments and we're putting things in our schedule and we have not necessarily checked. That is the whole point of this, right? You need to check your schedule before you add something new. You don't want things to overlap, and definitely when you're making appointments, when you have businesses and stuff like that, you don't want to waste anybody's time by not being where you're supposed to be. So that's the third thing. Always check your schedule before incorporating new activities. Okay, number 4, is an activity necessary? I find myself sometimes I have a lot of friends that have a lot of things going on, and as much as I want to be 15 places at once, I've got to say no when it comes to, do I need to be at this dinner party or do I really need to make sure that I'm managing things for my business and getting these packages out for the next day? In my opinion, I need to get these packages out the next day. I have goals that I'm trying to attain. My friend will have another dinner party in a month's time. It is okay. So just make sure that before you're adding things to your schedule that you're making sure that the activity is even necessary. That's my fourth suggestion. And my fifth suggestion is make sure your other tasks have been completed before you add a new one. I'm horrible at this, absolutely horrible, right? I'll be adding something to my schedule, right? And I haven't even finished what I've already put on there, right? You understand what I'm saying? So like, for instance, if I have, let's say I'm supposed to meet somebody to take care of some business, some web design for my website, right? I have that time at 11 o'clock. I'm also adding something in that, also adding another activity for the same time. It's not how it works. It's not going to be helpful. So make sure that your other tasks on your schedule are completed before you add a new one. Why am I adding a new task to my schedule for around the same time when I haven't even completed the task I'm currently doing? That's not going to help me. That's really going to cause me further frustration. So my fifth and final one is make sure that other tasks on your schedule have been completed before you add a new one. And that, lovely, should help you single parent mommies make sure that you're getting everything done and make sure that everything is being successful and laid out for you guys. I know it can be extremely frustrating. That's why I started out my first one with pray for God to stay on top of your opportunities. I rolled over this morning tired because I have a lot to complete. I have a lot to do. Inshallah, God will make sure I complete all things through him. Again, this is Alicia So Awesome. Please, please, please like and reshare my videos. It is the best way for me to, for you guys to support me. Also, any topics you feel like we need to cover, please let me know. Please leave all the positive feedback in my comments. I love comments. I love to hear what you guys are thinking. Alicia's so awesome. Thanks so much. So, Sunday is King Joseph's birthday. There's always something going on, though. Understand that King Joseph has mad events this weekend. Like, he's got basketball tournaments and football tournaments, and it's just, our weekend is crazy. I was actually supposed to work today, could not because of his schedule. So I'm just trying to manage. Like, we got to get a whole bunch of stuff done before Sunday. And even on Sunday, he has like some tournament stuff to do. So our next 3 days is about to be crazy. Choose. I used to make him choose because things begin to overlap, and it's like we have so much to do, and he is a team player. He wants to be 15 places at once. So this weekend there is a basketball tournament. All the basketball players know it's a basketball tournament, right? It's Friday, it's Saturday, it's Sunday. Initially, when coach was asking about the basketball tournament, I was like kind of like nah, because he has a football tournament all day Saturday, right? We had to send film in for him to get picked for this team. Like, it was crazy, and he really wanted to do it, right? So they picked him for the team, so it was an all-day tournament on Saturday for football players. Okay, so when his coach was asking about basketball, I was kind of like against it, right? Because I'm like, he has a football tournament all day on Saturday, so you're gonna put him in a tournament that he possibly really won't be able to be a part of. Then he picked up another player, which allows them to use that player when King's not around. Like, it's a lot. And initially, I used to make King choose, and this is why, because it's like then we get in these situations when we're doing this and that, and we don't have time for everything. The problem is that these sports, basketball and football, is life to King. Like, that is his happy place. Like, nursing is my happy place. Basketball and football is King's happy place. He's the happiest there, and he busts his ass outside of there with like his academics and piano to be allowed to do those things. It's the only reason why I allow it, is because he busts his ass outside of that. But initially, in the midst of things, like not only do we have a basketball tournament and a football tournament, right, this weekend, we also have his birthday, which is huge, right? It's major. You feel me? So it kind of puts us in situations where we're just squeezing with time and everything. I have things that I need to take care of as well, but of course what he has to take care of is definitely on the front. Like, that's definitely the most important. But I just, when I'm talking to him in the car on the way here, he's frustrated because, technically he's football tournament starts while he'll be at his, no, I'm sorry. Technically the basketball tournament starts while he's at his football tournament, and he looking all frustrated. Bro, this is why I used to tell you to choose, because it's going to be like that, and you can't be 50 places at one time. And then let me tell you, there were times we were bouncing back and forth, going from football to basketball, right? Then he's extremely tired. One of them he's not going to super duper excel at. So like, this is why I'm just saying, like, I don't know if you moms that have these all-star players, when they're dual players, like, it gets hectic. Be prepared to have to like really map out your schedule. Be prepared to write things down in order for you to get things done, because I promise you, this is not even incorporating our personal lives, his personal life and my personal life, right? Don't forget, I work a full-time job and a PRN job and run a small business. So time management is super duper serious. Like, it's major. Like, I think I get up every day and I check my small business to see what sales I accumulated overnight, right? Like, for 2 days, totally forgot about it. I was just seeing the PayPal invoices come in on my Gmail, and I'm like, shoot, totally forgot. Like, things are selling and my schedule's so stacked. You understand what I'm saying? That I'm not that I wasn't as on top of things with my small business as I wanted to be. The only thing that saved me is it was a holiday, and none of my shipments could go out on the Christmas anyway. But I'm just saying, like, time management is major when you're dealing with these kids and they have these crazy schedules. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm a hardball for like making sure that the real things matter, that your academics and all that stuff is in line. The issue with King is he busts his butt all the time, right? Like, he goes school, right? School is 9 to 4. He goes from after school, he goes to basketball. After basketball, he goes to tutoring. So when he's doing what he's supposed to do, I can't say you can't do this and do that, because it's not fair. You understand what I'm saying? In the midst of it, though, it is a lot for me to handle. Like, like, I'm texting the barber today, like, this is the only time I can come to get his hair cut, because we have no other time in the rest of our schedule. Inshallah, God is always guiding me and keeping me uplifted, and I know that we can do it and we can get it done. I just be in the midst of things like, bro, I just be looking at him like, but I would hate to force him to make a decision that's not fair upon, based upon what he really wants to do. He's still young. I want him to engage in activities that makes him happy. I don't want to say, well, you can only do football and you can only do basketball. That's not fair. So I'm kind of waiting for him to figure it out. Like, and he really ain't got to for some years. In the midst of it, our schedule is like crunched to the max. Like, planning his birthday party, I got mad people trying to come. I'm trying to make sure everything is successful. Inshallah, I know things will be successful, but in the midst of it, I'm like, I want to pull my hair out. Like, I just be looking at him like, really, bro, your birthday party is Sunday. We have all these things going on. Sheesh.